In December 2007, Mr. Anders Behring Breivik told me that he wanted to bomb the politicians and shoot down their children. First, I must say to everybody who wants to show now with his finger on me saying, "Oh, look to this terrible man, why he couldn't prevent this crime." Yes, to all those people I say, I have been at the police station, but hello, Miss F. Yes, I can confirm in the case of a planned crime, the way to the police station is totally senseless. Second, after this terrible crime from Mr. Breivik, I thought it's better to hide me. I know a lot of people, and especially those people who know exactly what is good and what is bad, bless the whole world with their moral. But after years and years, I decided to publish here my story with Anders Behring Breivik. Okay, as to everybody else who has a story like me, you can maybe do it better when you publish it here on YouTube under "When the pigs are snatching fleas." When the pigs are snatching fleas. So, sorry, I tried just to go to the police station. And now, yes, now I wrote letters to Mr. Breivik. I wrote letters to the Norwegian police station. I wrote a letter to Mr. Geir Lipstadt, it's the advocate of Mr. Behring Breivik. Okay, this letter here is from the 29th of October in 2013. I write it here, this letter to Mr. Behring Breivik in Skien-Fengsel. And I wrote him my situation here. What is my situation? Nobody believes me that we have been together and that you told me that you wanted to bomb the politicians and shoot down their children. So I ask you for a favor. Please write me in which situation we have been together. So yes, I also wrote a letter to the Norwegian police and informed the police that Mr. Behring Breivik paid the taxi ride with Visa at the 5th of December in 2007 at 9:49, and the price was €20.50. Yes, but yeah, the first letter came back, and you can see here it's yes, here tracking address. Yes, it's the postcode was not right on the letter. So okay, and I wrote Mr. Behring Breivik more letters. So the next letter I wrote to Mr. Behring Breivik in January the 25th of 2014, and I wrote him, yes, I've got to know you as a very honest man. It was in December 2007, but no answer from Norway. So the next letter, the 6th of April, and I wrote him as well. Yes, the problem I have is that nobody believes me, and yes, the next letter to Mr. Breivik, I wrote him in May, but no answer, and I wrote letters to Visa, because Mr. Behring Breivik paid me with a Visa card to Visa here in Germany, Visa in America, Visa in Norway, and a next letter to Mr. Behring Breivik, and I wrote a letter to Mr. Geir Lipstadt, it's the advocate of Mr. Behring Breivik, but you see, Visa, no answer, but then really a surprise, something happened. Yes, something happened here on this platform, Gute Fragenet. And the question was here, is it dangerous to write letters to Mr. Anders Behring Breivik? Okay, the answers, you can imagine, the best answer is here, oh, it's dangerous because here in the prison they read all letters and your address, your direction comes on a list. And this is very dangerous. The next is here, he writes, this man writes, the idea to show interest on a mass murder makes damage to you in your soul. Yes, of course of this, it's yes, think about it, if you really want to write him letters, and it's dangerous for your character to write him letters. Yes, and so now here comes my answer from Daisy Hart here from the 6th of October in 2014. No, I think they throw all the letters to the trash. I myself have known Breivik in beginning of December 2007 here in Berlin, and he told me what he wants to do to bomb the politicians and to shoot down their children. Yes, the answer came from Anders Berlin, and the answer came about half a year later, the 10th of April in 2015. And he writes that he as well get known Anders Breivik in 2007, in December 2007 here in Berlin, and they have the same first name, Anders. And yes, then started a dialogue between me and Anders Berlin, but sorry, Gute Fragenet, good question net, deleted these parts of the dialogue. But I printed it out, and so we can continue now black on white. And all the dialogue now is here in April 2015. And my answer was here that Andreas Breivik, I have known him as a very honest man, rules aware. And I'm a taxi driver, and I drove him from the Kaiser Wilhelm Platz to the airport. And Anders Berlin wrote that for him, Anders Breivik was very honest, hier aufrichtig, and angenehm. This is pleasant, very pleasant and honest. You get to know him over the internet, and then it comes, he didn't live in a hotel, he lived in his apartment that he rented to him. Okay, it's illegal and to rent private apartments here in Berlin, and so he was afraid. Mr. Anders Behring Breivik was really a very honest man, because when he had informed me over his plans, why he was so afraid that I could go to the police and tell the police everything about his plans. Yes, and then happened something. Another guy entered into our dialogue between me and Anders Berlin, and his name is Crusader Berlin. And this Crusader Berlin wants to meet this Anders Berlin again. And it seemed to be that those three guys, Crusader, Anders Berlin and Anders Behring Breivik, they have spent some time here in Berlin. So you see this Crusader Berlin writes, "Hey Anders, please send me a message." And Anders Berlin, "Hey Crusader, please send me a message." And they tried to meet together at a point only those two guys know here. This point, it's somewhere in the Goldstraße. In the end, they really succeed. They met together, but I still stand here a little bit outside. Those three guys here in Berlin, Anders Bering Breivik, together with Anders Berlin and Crusader, what they did here in Berlin, and about what Mr. Breivik informed his friends here in Berlin. What Anders Berlin does really confirms that his apartment is near Kaiser Wilhelm Platz. It's written here. He wrote, I remember that Mr. Breivik has met a Crusader in the Hauptstraße very early in the morning and had recommended him the taxis at the Kaiser Wilhelm Platz. What they both know about his plans to bomb the politicians and shoot down their children, I don't know. I remember that Mr. Anders Breivik told me that I have been the first he informed about, but this Anders Berlin writes that yes, Breivik told him stories about the future of Berlin and that the Islam will conquer our society. Those yes, stories some people telling, but for me it's totally nonsense. So you in Norway, you have easily the possibility to prove the truth of this story. Just ask Mr. Anders Bering Breivik. He is a very honest man, and he will tell you the truth that he has been here in Berlin in the first December week of 2007, and he rented the apartment near Kaiser Wilhelm Platz from Anders Berlin for 400 euros, and yeah, he got my taxi to the airport. Thank you very much.